Hey everybody, Anzo here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys some videos from the Circle of Legends online competition. Now this first one here, you guys have seen my team, so you know that this is Mega Mewtwo, Deoxys, Uxie, and Virizion up against my opponents Giratina, Mewtwo, Kyurem White, and Darkrai. So it's not the best matchup for me. I've had better, but it's not the worst matchup either. So this is easily doable if I play my cards right, but only if I'm like extremely careful. And I got a little cocky at times, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get straight into the video and show you guys and let you guys see what you think. So here he is issuing a challenge, and I want you to take a look at this Darkrai. Yes, that is a shiny ball effect Darkrai. I don't know what the technical term for that is, but that's a black and white exclusive to put that effect on your ball. So it's a shiny Darkrai, obviously hacked. So he's going to rotate his Pokemon to the left, and it's a Mega Mewtwo Y. Now I had hoped he would stay in on that Darkrai and get a Dark Void, and I was hopeful that my Mewtwo could outspeed him, but since he switched to Mega Mewtwo Y, and I have Mega Mewtwo X, and he Mega Evolved first, that means he's faster. So my Mewtwo is likely going to have to eat a super effective hit here. So yeah, Shadow Ball. That comes across and deals really good damage, but my Mewtwo lives it barely. But I do get the special defense drop. So then I return that with the Drain Punch. It does really good damage considering that it's resisted, but it's still not very effective, and it doesn't do nearly as much as it would have to Darkrai or even Kyurem. I believe Kyurem is 1 times weak to it. He's an Ice type. So Uxie comes out, I want to scout, and so I'm going to go ahead and protect, and he's going to continue using that Shadow Ball. So I figure, I'm going to switch into Darkrai and get a Dark Pulse on him, but my opponent gets the prediction and switches into Darkrai, so that's another not very effective hit. But I do get the flinch, so that's something. So I go ahead and rotate again into Mewtwo X, and he outspeeds me with the Dark Void. So I go ahead and yeah, that's going to be the end of Mewtwo. So, Mewtwo's fast asleep, doesn't get the first turn wake up. In Darkrai's bad dreams, that's going to hurt, almost take out Mewtwo, but just barely not. So I'm going to go ahead and switch into Deoxys now. I get off another Dark Pulse. Again, it's not very effective, so he's down to about half now, and he goes for another Dark Void. This is bad because he's going to break my Focus Sash with his bad dreams. So 2 Pokemon asleep. Good thing I have Heal Bell on the Uxie, as long as he doesn't Dark Void 3 times in a row, and I'm sure he doesn't think I'm stupid enough to fall for that. Then I can get off a Heal Bell. So I protect, and I see that he is going for the Dark Pulse. He's going pure offensive at this point. He's on the attack. This switches into Mewtwo and uses the Shadow Ball, which is great for me. I know Uxie can survive that. So I get off the Heal Bell, and a bell chimes. That means that my Deoxys and my Mewtwo are awake now, so at the very least I'm mitigating the damage. So again, Focus Sash on the Mewtwo is broken, Uxie not in the best condition, Mewtwo 1 hit away from being KO'd. So I was hopeful he'd switch into either the Kyurem or the Mewtwo, but luckily for me, this Ice Beam still KOs, so that threat is completely out of the way. And then he brings in Giratina. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that I've won. He's got 2 Psychic types and a Ghost type out on the field. Everything's weak to Dark Pulse. So as long as I'm super careful with that Deoxys, it won't be a problem. So it's super effective, and he uses Will-O-Wisp. So now my Deoxys, my MVP, is burned. I just realized that is a Kyurem. So that would be weak to Mewtwo, but not to Dark Pulse, but to Drain Punch, or to Flamethrower, or to any other shenanigans I have. So Deoxys is burned and now on limited turn. So I go for the next Dark Pulse, and it barely doesn't KO. So close. But Giratina uses Sleep Talk, so I guess that was just like a misclick on my opponent's part. He's been playing pretty well up to this point. So it's just a minor mishap, and it's not going to decide the fate of the game. So I go ahead and switch into Uxie and Protect. I want to see what this guy's going to do. He's unpredictable at this point. I was slightly confused by his last move. And then he goes for the rest. So that was my cue to take a Dark Pulse and get the free KO on the Giratina, but I didn't do that. I missed my chance, and it's going to cost me in the long run. The good news is that I get a little bit of health back on Uxie, and at this point I'll take all I can get. So He switches into Mega Mewtwo Y and Shadow Balls. That's going to be the end of Uxie. I can't live 2 in a row. It did probably close to 2/3 of my health last time it hit, and I'm in no position to be tanking that up again. So there goes Virizion. Now, I don't really want to take a chance here with Retaliate, so I went for a Leaf Blade, but Psy Strike is going to come across. And there's no way Virizion's going to live that Psy Strike when it does physical damage, not special damage. So now I'm down to my last 2 Pokemon, and his Mewtwo outspeeds mine and uses Shadow Ball. There's really nothing that can be done at this point, so my Mewtwo goes down, and my Deoxys can only take 1 more hit if it's lucky. So Dark Pulse comes across and hits that Mewtwo, and it knocks it out. So at this point I'm like, oh my god, there's a chance. If I get a critical hit right here on this Giratina, and he doesn't wake up, and he like gets Will-O-Wisp with the Sleep Talk, there's a chance I can win this, right? So I go for the Dark Pulse again, and that does hit the Giratina, and we've seen it's just not enough. He doesn't wake up. So he does go for the Sleep Talk, and I get hella hacked right here. He gets the Will-O-Wisp, and I avoid it. But sadly, that's going to be the end of my luck here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab another Dark Pulse right here. Or I use Ice Beam, not Dark Pulse. I was hoping that he'd switch out to Kyurem White. So my Ice Beam does even less damage than my Dark Pulse. Giratina doesn't wake up. And this time, Sleep Talk actually does some damage to me. So it kind of screws me over in the long run. But you know what? It was so close. It was so close at points. So that was the first battle I did. And go figure, I say that I don't feel like hacking is going to be prominent. And the first battle is against an obvious hacker. So yeah, that was something else. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will keep these coming up for you guys.